Hey friends, so the budget you are about to see is our actual numbers. However, it is not the program that we use for our actual personal financial budgeting. We use a budgeting software called You Need a Budget, otherwise known as YNAB. And I'm gonna go ahead and link some information down below in the description box. If you decide you would like to give YNAB a try, you get a 34-day free trial. And then if you use the referral link that's down there, if you decide to sign up, you will get an additional free month, as will we. So we use YNAB because I can take it anywhere with me. It's on the computer, it's on our phones. There is a yearly membership fee. To me, it's worth every single penny. Wherever we are, YNAB is with us. This is not a sponsored video, but I have had questions in the past wondering why we use a spreadsheet for our budgeting. And just for personal reasons, I don't like to show our actual YNAB like screenshots because it does have like some account information on there. So I transfer the information from there into a spreadsheet to share with all of you. Without further ado, here is the information that you technically came for. All right, friends, so welcome back. This is our June budget recap. I feel like we failed all over the place, and that's just me being real honest with y'all. But I even contemplated not sharing this, but I'm vowing to be real with you guys. So don't be too harsh on us. We have been very human the past few months. I don't know what's going on. We're on the struggle bus. So I am here to show you what we worked with in June. We did good in some areas. We did horrid in others. But July is a new month. So here we are for June. We actually brought in $957.44 more than we budgeted. Guys, that is a lot of money, and we still failed. I'm embarrassed, I'm not even gonna lie. So our standard bills up here, our rent is always the same. That will be going up in August when we renew our lease. It's actually going up by about $30 a month. So that kind of hurts, but we really love where we live, and right now we're willing to take that huge chunk of our income and put it towards where we live. So TV subscriptions, this is Hulu and Netflix, $19.98 a month, no difference there. Life insurance for the two of us, $47.06, no difference there. Cell phone, this was my first mistake and this was my fault. I accidentally paid the cell phone twice, okay? And so it's normally about $256.08 a month. That includes 2 additional lines that my sisters pay for. So I include what they give me in the income part of our budget, and then I just have the entire cell phone bill amount. Someone last month asked why I don't just include what my husband and I pay. It's just easier for me to keep track of it this way. I include what they pay as income, and then that's the actual bill amount is $256.08. What I did is, because I knew we were going to be traveling a lot, I set up an auto payment, which I never do, and this is why, because I forget that I do them. So I set up an auto payment to come out while we were traveling in Michigan. Well, I forgot that I had done that, so when we got home, the day we got home from Michigan, I paid it. I got online and paid all our bills, and so I paid it twice. So that was my first boo-boo of the month. Moving on. So now we don't have to pay it for July, so that's a bonus. Internet is $64.99 a month. Electric, we are on a budget plan, that's $110 a month. Water, we were $12.06 under, which is common. I always budget on the high end because it varies. It's been as low as about $20 and as high as $40. So I always budget $40 and we usually come in under. Sewer, same exact thing. It's been as low as about $10 and as high as $20. So we were $2.39 under on our sewer. Adobe Suite, we pay $52.99 a month subscription for that. As I've mentioned in past videos, that gives us up-to-date all of the Adobe products. That's what I use for editing our YouTube videos. My husband uses it for graphics. So that's our subscription fee each month. Groceries. In previous months, recently, we've tried to do a $200 a month grocery because I know it can be done. But we were failing. So I was like, let's bump it up to $300. And we failed again. But we came in at $403.16. So about $100 a week. I still don't feel like that's too horrible. We are a family of 4. There's my husband and I, and we have a 4 and a 5-year-old. I know we can do less. That included a few trips to Costco for some things. Plus it included groceries while the kids and I were in Michigan for a week. We helped with groceries while we were at my sister's house. So, and then a little bit of that was Will, while we were traveling, Will was home still and he hit up like Taco Bell and Chipotle, I think. And that came out of the grocery budget too for those few. We did have some dining out down here in a minute too. But so our groceries, we did go over by $103.16. Gasoline, we came in $80.48 under. The main reason for that is that my husband got a company vehicle, so we are not paying gas for him to and from work. So that will save us. We did have 2 trips to Michigan during that, so that's why it was still over $250 for gasoline for the vehicles. But still less than what we originally planned. And then business, I had budgeted $170 for like a new thing that I'm doing. I won't get into too much detail here, but I actually earned some commissions shortly after joining, and so that offset. So I actually only spent $133.39. So for our set like bills up here, we came in $227.70 over. Had I not paid the cell phone bill twice, we would have been under on that category. So shame on me. Moving down to our debt categories, if I can get there. Student loan is the same every month, give or take a few cents, but $193.87 went to student loan, and our auto loan, same thing, $216 went there. So that was right on par. We are credit card debt free as of last month. I talked about that, so no more credit card payments on that section. Then we move into what I would classify as our sinking funds. And since we've been on such a tight budget lately, we have not been putting any money into our sinking funds. So anything we spend outside of our like bills is technically over budget. And I do it that way. Some people would be like, well, just put a little bit of money in there so that way you're not setting yourself up for failure. For my mindset and the way my mind works, if I don't have money there, it's supposed to make me think twice before spending the money. For the month of June, I apparently had my brain shut off because as you can see, there's a whole lot of red here, guys. Miscellaneous, $21.08 is just what it said. It was miscellaneous stuff. We traveled a lot. We had friends visiting from out of state for one weekend. So that was just a bunch of little stuff, I guess. It was whatever. The kids. So last month, Alice outgrew all of her shoes. This month, June, Jackson outgrew his summer shoes. So he outgrew his Crocs, and so he needed a pair of summer sandals. So I got him a cheap pair at Meijer while we were, we were up in Michigan when he needed those. His Crocs were giving him blisters while we were up there, and that was all I brought with us because those are his summer shoes. And so I needed to get him something. There was some summer crafts in there. I bought like a 4th of July craft and some other like crafting supplies to keep them busy during some of the rainy days around here. And then the children's place had a large sale, so I bought some summer clothes for next year. And that's something I try to do each season as I buy the size up to save them in the closet for the kids for the following season. So for the kids, I spent $46.89. Household, we spent $12.52. That was a shaker bottle, like for protein shakes, and a meal planner. So the shaker bottle was about $10, and the meal planner was about $2.50. I got that from Michael's. Didn't spend anything on clothing. This clothing category is like for my husband and I. Anything for the kids goes into the kids category. Personal care, this included vitamins and $5 on the Walmart Beauty Box, which I'll link the video here. If you're not familiar with the Walmart Beauty Box, go check out the video. Medical and health, I knew we had some co-pays, dentists and stuff coming up, so we did put $70 aside for that, and we also spent that $70. And then I'll talk about this more in my July budgeting video, but unfortunately I'm going to need some dental work done. So that's going to be a large chunk of money that we are going to be spending in July that will either come out of the emergency fund or we will pay it off over the course of like 2 or 3 months. I'm not sure which we've decided to do. It's going to depend on my husband's overtime, really. Fun money. Guys, we had a lot of fun in June. Can you tell? $196.05. This was a lot of stuff. I bought water guns for the kids when we were in Michigan. Will bought an amiibo for his Nintendo Switch. It was a Zelda one that he had been wanting. and he got an email from Best Buy that said pre-order now. We pre-ordered it. I'm glad we did because now it's like nowhere to be found. So we got that. I bought a bullet journal that was like $10. We bought some wine and beer because we did some campfires and some adult, not partying, but just like time with family, and we had some adult beverages. Don't judge us. And then the rest of that was just kind of traveling to Michigan, different stuff associated with that. And then we did get an Xbox Live subscription, but it was $20 cheaper than what we would normally pay. Dining out, I'm not too proud about either. So that was traveling. When we were in Michigan, we went out to eat a few times with his family. When we had friends in town visiting us last weekend, we went out to eat a few times there. And so that kind of just added up really quickly. And that right there is a bold, red-faced reason why we don't typically dine out anymore, because it adds up so quickly and then it just slaps you in the face at the end of the month. So not very proud of that category, but like I said, this whole month we failed, but live and learn. This last category is kind of savings. We are saving up for the new Xbox that comes out in November, so we added $48 more to that savings account. I had planned on putting $10 aside towards the Prime membership, but we didn't. So the $48 here for the Xbox Scorpio that comes out in November, that I believe was actually birthday money of my husband's that we put in there. And then nothing into our joint savings. We did put $200 into the auto savings account because I knew that we would have to renew our auto insurance for our 6-month term in July. So I wanted to make sure that we had money in there towards that. And then nothing in gifts or the kids' savings. So that is the month of June. Let me know how you did in June. I really hope you did better than we did. I don't know like I said, I don't know what's gotten into us. I don't know if it was just being away from home 50% of the month, and so it was harder to stay on track. I'm not using that as an excuse, but things were just, it was a rough month, guys. Thankfully, we brought in more income than we had anticipated. I actually had gotten my first YouTube paycheck. I won't disclose how much that was, but if you're familiar with YouTube, you have to have at least $100 for them to send you a check. So I got my first YouTube paycheck. So that was exciting, but stay tuned for tomorrow. You will see July's budget. Not a whole lot has changed. We live on a pretty simple budget and try our best to stay within it. Some months are better than others. So thanks so much for watching, and until next time, I'll see you later. Bye.